Hey guys, this is a trip down the rabbit hole. So I have another philosophical topic to read out of my notebook. And the topic is what happens after death. So it's kind of like my perspective. Obviously this is not like set in stone definitely what happens. But it's kind of like my musings on the topic. So bear with me as I read a page. So, as a terminally ill person, death and what happens after are subjects to which I have given a fair amount of thought. However, I've never quite figured out exactly what I think happens after this life is over. Do we go to a place like heaven, or do we get to be reborn to try it all again? I like both ideas, but I can't fathom how both could simultaneously be true. So if I had to pick which idea I liked better, it would probably have to be the idea of an afterlife. Maybe not exactly like the Christian heaven, but something similar, where every living creature goes when its time on earth is through. So I think the existence of such a place is constructed to give the living a sense of comfort when somebody they love dies. We get the opportunity to think that we'll see them again someday. And I, for one, hope that's true, as I have many people I would like to see again someday. It makes the idea of death kind of less scary and less lonely. Also, it might serve to explain why a person can feel someone's presence long after they're gone from this world. I know I often feel like some of my loved ones are still with me, helping to guide me as they would have when they were alive. Not that I was alive, I'm alive right now. As for reincarnation, yeah, it's an interesting thought and would potentially explain people feeling like they have had past lives. However, I don't feel it has as compelling of a case as the idea of an afterlife. So that's all I have written. These are basically just like, I write these down to get me started on the topic. Excuse me. But yeah, I like the idea of an afterlife. Like, I'd really like a chance to see, like, Josh and Aunt Tina again. And one day, God forbid, when Prince passes away, I'm going to want to see him again. And when I pass away, I'm going to want my family to know that they're going to see me again. And I don't know, it's very, like I said, kind of comforting to think that that might be true. Again, I don't really prescribe it as the Christian idea of heaven. I would rather just call it, like, generically the afterlife. Because I don't necessarily think, I'm going up to be with God or Jesus or anything like that. Because, sorry, Christian folks watching this, but I could give a fuck less if they're there. So I just care about my family and my friends and the people that I knew in this life that I miss terribly, and would like to sit down and talk to again. Sometimes I feel like I do get to talk to them. I dream about them a lot in very, like, vivid ways. So, like, I've literally had dreams where I'm just sitting on a bench with them talking. So, is that indicative of an afterlife as well? That they can come to us in our dreams if we're receptive? I mean, thoughts there. None of this is like steadfast proof or evidence, but it's interesting speculation nonetheless. So, that's kind of been on my mind a lot. Not because I feel like I'm going to die, like, tomorrow or anything, but just because, like, Josh's birthday was recently, and I got to see Aunt Tina's kids, so they've both been on my mind, and they're, like, my main two people that I would want to see again. Like, no offense to anybody else I know who's passed away, but Josh and Aunt Tina will be big priorities when I walk into the afterlife one day, if that's actually how it is. So I think that's all I have to say on the subject for now. So until next time, keep smiling.